Hey everybody, we're back with another round of eShop deals. Today we're checking out some great games on sale at new low prices. That way you know you're getting the best deals. And of course we're in the heart of spooky season, so with that in mind today I've included a couple of scarier games on the list as well that happen to be on sale. Alright, and with all that said, as always, welcome if you're new, welcome back to the crew, and without any further ado, let's dive in. Stay safe out there and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start with Arise, a simple story. This is a narrative-driven puzzle-style adventure game with a download around 3.7 gigs and a main story that will take players about 5 to 6 hours to wrap up. In this one, we get to relive the memories of an old man coming to the end of the road, and it has a cool time-based mechanic where you can manipulate the flow of time or alter your surroundings, which you'll need to use to solve puzzles along the way. It's definitely an emotional game, and right now on sale for just $6.99, a new low price until the 15th. Next up we have the Mummy DeMastered, which is a single-player action platformer with a retro look and feel, offering roughly 4 to 6 hours of gameplay, and it has a download around 800 megabytes. The game offers a great variety of cool weapons and explosives, hidden collectibles, tough boss battles, and a non-linear story involving a rescue mission during a supernatural invasion. Right now it's on sale for just $7.99, marked down 60% to a new low, and the sale ends on the 3rd. Death's Door is a single-player adventure game with a download around 2.7 gigs and a story that should last about 8 to 10 hours to wrap up. The combat system is amazing, allowing you to blend magic use with melee weapons, plus the level design is another highlight. The atmosphere and music are top-notch and the boss battles are unique and challenging. It's another tough game for sure, but if you're up for the challenge, it's on sale at a new low price of just $9.99, marked down half price until the 2nd. The Legend of Tianding is a single-player side-scrolling beat-em-up with a download around 1.7 gigs and a main story that again should last about 6 hours to wrap up. It has a unique comic book art style which looks great on the Switch, and the action is fast-paced. For me, the best part though is the combat system, as it probably should be with any beat-em-up, and this one lets you use martial arts to perform devastating attacks and combos. Right now it's on sale for just $11.99, marked down 40% to a new low, and the sale ends on October 31st. Up next we have Alien Isolation, which is a single-player survival horror game with over 20 hours of main story gameplay, but it does have a pretty big download at about 18 gigs to install. Now with this one, the story follows Ripley's daughter as she investigates what happened to her mom all those years ago. It's absolutely one of the more scary games on the Switch and perfect for this time of year. Plus with this version you get all of the DLC as well, making it a great value. Right now it's on sale for just $14.99, marked down 25% until November 1st. LILIES Quietus of the Nights is a single-player action RPG with a download just under 2 gigs and a main story again that will last more than 20 hours to finish up. The game has an amazing art style and smooth gameplay here on the Switch with a dark atmosphere and soundtrack that are incredibly immersive, plus the story is engaging. The combat systems is one of my favorites, plus there's cool new skills you can unlock and a wide variety of weapons to use. Now it's definitely a tough game, but rarely on sale, and right now marked down 35% to just $16.24, which is a new low until November 8th. Next we have the House of the Dead remake, which comes in at about 3.1 gigs to download and offers local co-op for 2 players. Now this is the updated version of a classic on-rail shooter that was updated for modern gamers, and they did a great job making an amazing shooter while remaining faithful to the original, and again it runs great on the Switch. If you're ready to take out some zombies, check this one out before the sale ends on November 2nd. It's marked down to just $16.74, which is a new low. Up next we have MADiSON, which is a single-player psychological horror game with a roughly 6 to 8 hour main story, and the download is just under 900 megabytes. Now in this one we play as a young man as he awakens to find himself in a house of horrors, and from there it plays out a lot like a murder mystery, only we're at the center of it all. This may actually be my new favorite scary game on the Switch. The jump scares are effective, but the atmosphere and story are the real stars here. I definitely cannot recommend this one enough, and right now it's on sale for just $24.49, marked down 30% to a new low, and the sale ends on November 3rd. Alright, we'll start today with Cardaclysm, Shards of the Four. This is a single-player roguelike deck builder with some RPG mechanics as well. The game has a download around 2.7 gigs and offers plenty of playtime due to the difficulty level. We play as a dark wizard after accidentally unleashing the 4 horsemen upon the world through dark magic. You'll be trying to build the strongest deck to fight with during the turn-based combat sections, and eventually you'll face down the big boss battles. Right now it's on sale at a new low price of just $4.49, marked down 70% until November 6th. Next we have OMNO, which is a single-player puzzle-style 3D adventure game with a download around 2 gigs and offers roughly 3 to 4 hours of main story gameplay. The environments are absolutely gorgeous here on the Switch, and while the game is never overly complicated, it does offer a nice variety of puzzles to work through, and it's one of those games you can come back to and play anytime. The art and animation are top-notch and the soundtrack is great as well, and right now it's on sale for a new low price of just $5.49 until the 30th. Roki is a single-player 3D puzzle-style adventure title with a download around 2.2 gigs and again offers more than 10 hours of gameplay on average. The game plays out like a fairy tale in many ways and has us exploring a mysterious world full of strange creatures, some of which you'll have to interact with to push the story forward. This is another gorgeous game on the Switch and it's been designed to be fun for any age group. Right now it's on sale for just $5.99, marked down 70% to a new low, and the sale ends on the 31st. Next we have Eldest Souls, which is a single-player action RPG with a download around 1.4 gigs and a main story that will last between 6 and 8 hours to wrap up. The story takes place after humankind has decided to rebel against the spiteful gods and imprison them within a large citadel. You basically battle through different combat scenarios and bosses as you work towards the ancient citadel. It's definitely another tough game, but worth checking out while on sale until October 31st. Right now it's marked down 60% to a new low of just $7.99. Next we have Tales of Iron, which is a single-player action RPG with a download around 1.7 gigs and it offers roughly 10 hours of gameplay on average. The story is engaging and really entertaining in this one, the combat is fun and surprisingly in-depth, and it does require a bit of strategy as well. And on top of that, the boss battles are another highlight. In addition, the game has a complex crafting system and fans of tough Souls-like combat will feel right at home with this one. Right now it's on sale for a new low price of just $9.99, marked down 60% until the 31st. Alright, we'll start today with Call of Juarez, the Gunslinger edition, which is a single-player first-person shooter that lets players hunt down and take out some of the legends of the Old West. In this one we play as a bounty hunter in a fictional retelling of some of the most famous stories from the era, and the game has awesome gunplay and great controls. With the Switch you get the added HD rumble and motion controls as well, making this a great way to play the game. Right now you can pick it up marked down 90% to an incredible new low price of just $1.99 until the 11th. Next we have ANIMUS Harbinger, which is a single-player 3D action RPG with a download size around 2 GB and it offers more than 10 hours of gameplay. Now this one was clearly inspired by older Dark Souls games and features a very similar combat system to the earlier games. The graphics and voice acting are pretty solid too, and with the second entry in the series they removed a lot of the need to grind in order to keep moving forward. With this one it basically drops you into a scenario and you work your way through smaller enemies, eventually defeating mini-bosses and a final boss at the end of each area. Right now it's on sale for just $2.55, marked down 68% until the 10th, and the rest of the series is on sale as well. Next up we have Wallachia, Reign of Dracula. This is a single-player retro action platformer with a small download size around 180 megabytes and a main story that will last roughly 5 to 6 hours to finish up. With this one you get 7 intense levels that are full of bosses and enemies that are incredibly brutal. It's another game that's been heavily inspired by the Castlevania series with a story based around Vlad the Impaler. The combat is amazing, the retro look is top notch, and if you're interested in this one, it's on sale until November 1st at a new low price of just $3.74 with a 75% discount. Collapsed is a single-player action platformer with fast-paced action and intense combat. It has a download around 3.1 gigs and should offer around 15 hours of gameplay on average. Now the game is a roguelike by design with a pretty solid progression system in place, and it uses twin-stick controls, so keep that in mind if you're interested in picking it up. It's a pretty tough game, but if you're up for the challenge, right now it's on sale at a new low price of just $3.75, again with a 75% discount until November 11th. Next we have Darkwater Slime Invader, which is a single-player action platformer with a download around 1.3 gigs and should offer roughly 3 to 5 hours of gameplay on average. Now this one has a beautiful art design with that unique water paint type of look to it. On top of that, the movement and controls again feel great and the combat is very satisfying. It also has an all-original soundtrack as well, and right now it's on sale for just $4.79, marked down 68% to a new low price until the 10th. Alright, for our bonus deal we have Alder's Blood, the Definitive Edition. This is a single-player stealth strategy game with a hefty story that should last about 20 hours, and it has a download around 2.2 gigs. In this one, we play as a monster hunter, and the game features turn-based combat that will require you to take into account things like smell or wind direction in order to avoid detection. You'll also have to manage your little camp of survivors, and with the Definitive Edition, they added in new enemies, new weapons, new story elements, and more. Right now, it's on sale at a new low price of just $4.99 until November 1st. Alright everybody, thank you all so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video or you like the Switch, we have plenty more content on the channel. Feel free to check it out.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!